wanted to. Good afternoon, my name is Jennifer Barenholtz. Thank you, Jill, for having me here, and this is just a great group of speakers and program. So for the past 6.5 months, I have worked as the SolSmart advisor for the city of West Palm, Lake Worth, Lantana, Delray Beach, West Palm Beach, and Palm Beach County. Just to give you a really quick overview on what SolSmart is, it is a DOE-funded initiative, and the goal of SolSmart is to really work on soft costs at the local level. So we've talked a lot about the hardware costs of solar coming down precipitously in the past, 5 to 10 years, but what hasn't really come down with that are what are called soft costs. So those are costs that are built into the cost of going solar that the installers basically pass on to residents and businesses, and those are things like permitting, planning, zoning barriers, inspection costs, and these are challenging costs because they require situations like if there's an ordinance change that needs to take place at the city level. I would have to go through the code of the city and bring up an ordinance change. Excuse me. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna start over here. So what's surprising to local governments is that they don't realize that these soft costs can count up to about 2/3 of the cost of a solar installation. And so when the technical assistance that I provide to these cities, excuse me, are in areas like permitting, planning, zoning and development regulations, community engagement, construction codes, utility engagement, market development, and finance. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you. I was personally consulting with planners and sustainability managers, inspectors, plan examiners, and I was really evaluating their local government processes and applying industry-leading practices to help these communities achieve this SolSmart designation. And as these different cities went through this process, I would look at their programs and excuse me. I'm sorry. I worked with these communities to incorporate efficiencies like planning and permitting and zoning, and to make it easier for homeowners and businesses to go solar. These local governments that would take these designated actions would be able to get bronze, silver, and gold levels. And the goal for SolSmart is really to get about 300 cities designated across the country by 2020, and we're about halfway there, and about 180 communities that have gotten designation. The communities that I worked with reached the following designation levels depending on how much actions they actually took. So Lake Worth was almost at silver, and they plan on getting to gold. Lantana is at bronze, and they're under review for gold. West Palm Beach just received gold. Delray Beach is at bronze. The county is at silver, and they'd like to get gold when they have a new resiliency officer hired, and Boynton Beach just recently joined SolSmart, and they are under review to receive gold. I just wanted to talk briefly about some of the actions that these cities had to take to get to these designation levels. And the different processes that I went over were not unique to every city, so some took more actions, some took less actions. So when we talk about permitting, many of these cities have streamlined their permitting process to 3 days or less to obtain a solar permit. West Palm Beach actually went a step further, and they are having what is going to be the first city in the whole state of Florida to have what's called a walkthrough permitting process, where you can go in with a checklist and the appropriate forms, and you can walk out with a permit in 15 minutes or less. So like I said, they're going to be the first city in Florida to do that. We are looking to go to the Building Code Advisory Board in Palm Beach County to get this same type of permitting form allowed in all of the cities, and if it does pass through the Building Code Advisory Board, then all the cities would basically be forced to adopt the same form. And we'd love to see something streamlined like that here in Broward and Miami-Dade as well, especially as you're looking to increase solar at the residential level. Secondly, fees. So typically cities are charging 2 to 3% of the value of the project on solar projects, on solar permits. And what we did was we worked with our cities to move to a flat fee system. So best practices reflect about $400 to $450 for fees. So that's another pretty good accomplishment there as well. And then when it comes to planning barriers, although the Florida statutes allow for solar in the state of Florida, there can be situations with neighbors and things like that and HOAs. So what we like to do is I comb through the code of these cities and look at their zoning ordinances, and what we do is we propose an ordinance change to allow solar by right in all major zones if it's not specifically in their code. And then in terms of inspections, what was going on in the past was the structural people were going out during the inspection process, and the electrical people were going out. And what was happening was they were sometimes going out 3 or 4 times for a small project that was 5 to 10 kilowatts. So what we did was we streamlined the whole inspection process. So at this point, it's wrapped into the permitting fee, and they're going to go just 2 times, once in process during the project and once at the end. So these are just some of the examples of the actions which can ultimately send the solar installer community that you're open as a government for solar business, and ultimately installers want to work in cities that have good permitting processes and inspection processes in place. But ultimately, I just want to kind of make the case for Broward here. You're obviously supporters of solar. That's why we're all here today. But when you look at your city managers and your mayors, they realize that clean energy brings jobs. So when we look at actual statistics, which we kind of Susan hit on a little bit before, according to the Solar Foundation's National Job Census, which is from 2016, and they're actually coming out with the 2017 numbers, solar jobs were growing about 17 times faster than jobs in the overall economy. Today, there's about 260,000 solar workers in the United States, and 1 in every 50 new U.S. jobs was in the solar industry. So opening your community for solar business is obviously good for everybody. For each megawatt of installed capacity, which is about 200 residential systems, that creates about 30 construction jobs and 16 construction jobs for non-residential solar. And then in terms of workforce creation, you don't need to go to university to become a solar installer. So this is really good in terms of a local job development, and then the national average wage for a local installer is about $21. All of these programs that we're talking about here on the stage, I don't think we should be working in silos. I think it's very clear that these are all very complementary, and I'm just excited that if Broward is making efforts to move on solar on this residential and commercial front, that SolSmart could be a big part of that. So thank you so much.